common mistake that could happen with students is that they become too specific or too broad about what they want to do for their future, which is you want to avoid that. You need to decide what exactly you want to do before you transfer to college. You want to be an engineer, you want to do pre-med so you can go to medical school, you want to be a writer, whatever. This is the general thought. Then when you come to college, this is where you have to be a little bit more specific. You have to, like every class that you take, every activities, research and all that, you have to focus and try to find your purpose through these classes. So my point with this, don't narrow your thoughts into one subject only. From high school or from community college, before you transfer, you say like, I want to work on this type of device, or I want to be a writer with this subject, whatever, just too specific. Or like, I want to be a surgeon specializing in this area, whatever. That's okay, and it's okay to be passionate, but the more you limit yourself, the more you limit the opportunities that you will get exposed to, because you're going to have a lot of opportunities, a lot of connections. Make sure that you keep your interest open and you'll get a better result. One common mistake that you see with number of students is that they assume the education they need. They think this major would lead them to the future career that they wanted to. And what happened, these students get into the major, they start taking classes and they say, hold on, I hate this. This is not what I really signed for. So what happened is either they drop or they change the major, or they keep the assumption and they say, well, it'll get better. It's just school. I hate school. And when I get to the job, it'll get better, which is they don't. If you learn how to hate school, you will learn how to hate your job. Now, to avoid all this and avoid all these false assumptions, if you're applying from high school or community college and applying to university, ask people who already have the job and ask them what is your major? How did you get to that field? And what it looks like. Do you hate your job? Should I apply? Do you suggest it? Ask number of people. Now, for students who are already in the major, who made their assumptions, like me, I didn't make the assumptions, but I'm already in the major. What I do is I relate my major to the field that I wanted to, and this is for everyone, not just people who made false assumptions about the major. No, just for everyone. You are taking classes. These classes gonna be the skill for your future job. So relate everything to your future job. And what you need to do, keep asking people who work in the job that you wanted to do. Also, get yourself into classes, activities, clubs, research lab that relate to the field or the career that you wanted to. And with that, it'll create two skills for you. Skills as let's say me as a biomedical engineer, and also a skill, let's say if I'm interested in, let's say software engineer, it'll create a software engineering skill for me too. And you get two skills instead of one after you graduate. The last common mistake that I want to talk about is that college is not like high school. When you get to college, it's a new journey, a journey that is filled with challenges and struggles, way more complicated than high school. Also, you are on your own. Everything that you do in terms of food, responsibilities, your financial issues, the way that you live, your lifestyle, everything that you do is on your own. You are responsible for yourself. Every decision that you make, you're going to make it by yourself. Now, another thing in terms of education, no one will tell you do your homework, study for this test because it's coming up. No, you're gonna have to make the right decision and study for the test or for the homework on the right time. And professors will assume that you are doing the right thing because they're gonna assume that you are a college student and you're gonna do your own thing. One thing I want to mention is that you're gonna see a lot of freedom in college, way more than high school. Respect that freedom, make it worth it. Use every single moment in college to benefit your purpose, what you want to do in the future after you graduate. Because, and also remember this always, the reason why you are going to college. Is it just to have fun? party? And I'm not saying this is a bad thing to do, but is that your number one reason? Or your number one reason is to learn a skill or multiple skills and get that skill, graduate with it, and get a future career with it?